Okay, see, people in India are buying expensive smartphones. Like the average selling price of a smartphone in 2024 was 22 to 23,000. So now I believe flagship killers are somewhere like 40 to 50,000 region, and previously there was only OnePlus in this territory. But now you have Nothing, iQOO, Realme, everyone getting competitive and offering better specs. And the latest is Xiaomi 14 Civi, cinematic vision. Feels so grand to say this, cinematic vision. And all of this with the Leica tuned camera at 39,999 along with bank offers and everything. But this has Leica tuned camera under 50,000 for the first time, plus I believe this could be the best smartphone camera at this price. Bold claim, but before you get to the camera, you get a big box here. Inside you get the phone, a plastic hard case, some paperwork, a UV protective film in case you apply a UV protector, a SIM ejector tool, a 67-watt fast turbocharger, and a Type A to Type C cable. Very consumer-friendly unboxing experience here, unlike some other brand. But before we get to the camera, here are three interesting things about the Xiaomi 14 Civi. Starting off with the size, like if you compare the Civi with other smartphones under 50,000, it is handy. Along with a good handy size, the build also here is quite good. Like see here, you get this half glass and half vegan leather bag along with a metallic side frame, and you see there are three color variants: cruise blue, matcha green and shadow black. We have the matcha green variant over here, and this variant only has the glass back with this pattern and vegan leather back. And an interesting thing here is the pattern, if you see on the back, would be unique to each green color unit. So if you get this green color unit, you will have a different pattern than this. And the camera bump is also small, which results into very less wobbles. Also, when you turn the phone around, the display here is good. Xiaomi calls it floating display. So in simple words, if you see here, all the four sides, the display is slightly curved, just like its Bade Bhaiya, the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, and Xiaomi calls this floating display, and it also comes with a pre-applied screen protector. Also, if you see, it has support for HDR10 plus Dolby Vision here. So I was watching the movie Atlas on Netflix. Now you might be thinking, Pratik, what's so special about Dolby Vision on a smartphone? So see here, side by side, I'll play the same Atlas movie on Civi and other phone which doesn't have Dolby Vision. And on the 14 Civi, if you see, the picture looks sharp and the colors and the skin tone and all look good on the 14 Civi. Plus you get dual stereo speakers here. Have a listen to this. Also, we saw in the settings, you have Dolby Atmos support. So this is without Dolby Atmos. And this is with Dolby Atmos. See, the volume gets a bit louder and richer. In terms of glass protection, you get the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and in this price range, that's pretty good. Also, the display has 3000 nits of peak brightness, and in our testing, we got around 2070 nits. So even in outdoors, if you see, the icons, text and everything is pretty visible. Overall, the display here is good. Other than a good display, you also get good specs here. Now Snapdragon and its naming scheme is weird. In simple words, this comes with Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, which is better than 8 Gen 2 but not powerful enough like 8 Gen 3. Also, where Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 stands out is here, it can do AI tasks on device. But before we ran AnTuTu benchmark, which gives an overall score to the phone's CPU, RAM, GPU, etc. And it scored somewhere around 14.3 lakhs, which is good. We also ran the CPU throttling benchmark and the graph is all green here, but benchmarks and graphs don't define how the smartphone performs in real life practical scenario, which means it's gaming time. So we played COD Mobile here and it can run at medium graphics 120 FPS. You also get game mode here, and here it has voice changer option, which is actually quite entertaining when you're gaming with your friends. And we played for about half an hour. The gameplay was good, like it was constantly around 120 FPS. But one thing that I noticed is the phone feels warm, and it's not the back, but the side metallic frame warms up. Another thing that I noticed here is we have the iQOO Neo 9 Pro, and alongside the Xiaomi 14 Civi, both of them have UFS 4.0 storage, and I'll copy a 4GB file here from one folder to another on both the phones. See, the 14 Civi completes the task almost 2 times faster than the iQOO Neo 9 Pro. We did this multiple times and every time the result was same. So the storage optimization and the overall performance is pretty good on the Xiaomi 14 Civi. Now, before we get to the camera section, let's quickly have a look at the software. It is running on the latest Android 14 out of the box based on Xiaomi's HyperOS 1. And I noticed a bit of changes here. Like if you see here, when you get to the notification shade, it appears in a translucent way. This looks good. And there are some new AI features in HyperOS. Like if you go to the gallery editor, you will see the small pro option on the top. And if you tap on it, you see new AI eraser tools. And it will automatically select the people in the photo. And it works like really flawlessly. Also, when you go to the crop mode, there is a new option called AI expansion. Now I can convert any landscape photo into a portrait and look at the result. Like it's really good. Now there are also a few pre-installed apps like Amazon, Netflix, etc., which are pretty much usable apps, but again, if you don't like it, you can uninstall them pretty easily. And in terms of battery, you get 4700 mAh battery, and in my usage with gaming for longer hours, clicking pictures, browsing through web, scrolling Instagram reels and all of that, on a single charge it easily lasted a day. And you get 67 watt fast charger here, charger included in the box by the way, which charges 100% in about 40-45 minutes. After a long time, this is the most fun smartphone camera I have used. In the daytime it takes good pictures, like if you see this picture, the light control, colors and all are good. If you zoom in, see it has added a blur in the background even though the photo was clicked in normal mode. And you also get some Leica filters. Now these pictures we clicked with the Leica filters and they look pretty good. Like I was really impressed with the photos. The portrait mode pictures you see here, they look and feel as if they are clicked by a DSLR. That gradual background blur, and if you add the Leica filters here, oh my god, that's damn. These pictures look gram ready. And let alone HDR, sharpness, everything, I've always felt Xiaomi plus Leica is the most fun camera to take photos. Like see, this is the auto zoom mode, and now if you add a bit of movement to it, see how crazy this shot looks. Now of course you can use third-party apps and do it in the post, but just being able to think and give all these options in a smartphone makes camera enthusiasts me like happy. Any Alfred Hitchcock fans here? Also in the night time, the pictures on the main camera look good. In ultra wide in the daytime it click good pictures, and you also get some extra modes here like the time lapse, long exposure, etc. And see, this is the picture that we took. Damn, that looks good. And the pictures on the selfie camera are very good, like the light control, color, sharpness and all are pretty good. Plus the selfies taken in portrait mode look so good here. Now let me show you an interesting thing. So I'm in the selfie mode here, and when a second person steps in, it automatically switches to ultra wide angle mode. And since there is two camera, you can take a groupie here. Other thing that I notice here in selfies is if I go to the portrait mode, it scans my face and makes some subtle beautifier changes on the face. So overall, first impressions, I was very impressed with the camera. So what's the conclusion here? If you see the under 50,000 price point, most smartphones launched in India as of now are more performance focused, being camera focused, especially videos and selfie videos is pretty unique. And the Xiaomi 14 Civi brings a good all-rounder smartphone experience. Like rest of the specs are pretty much what you get in this price range, and the camera really makes this stand out. Also, let us know, we are thinking of doing a camera comparison under 40-50,000. Let us know if you want that video. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew. Pew.